It is a beautiful day in Georgia. The 70-degree temps are back, and today we're not going to be doing much on the home bee yard. We're actually going to be going to set up a new bee yard. Woo! I've got everything set up in the back of the truck here. We've got boxes, we've got lids, we've got stands. Now this is basically all of my old 8-frame equipment. We are going to be setting up 10 8-frame hives in that bee yard. So it's only going to be a 10 hive yard, but I think this is going to be the yard that I'm going to use to try to produce comb honey this year. That's the goal, that's the plan. Let's walk down here and have a look at the girls, see if they're flying yet. Like I said, it's a bit warmer today. The super cold weather's gone. Oh, and let me show you this. My chicken is getting its feathers back. Yay! All right, go chicken. Leave that chicken alone. I saw them, they had that chicken pinned in a corner the other day. They were just picking its feathers out. It was bleeding, it was terrible. Anyways, here's the bee yard today. We have girls on landing boards. Again, that green hive is a dead out. They've cleaned it out, but we have girls flying today because it is just a beautiful, beautiful morning. Let's see if we've got anything happening over there. Yeah, we got girls on the front of that hive. Nobody's out there yet. There's a couple bees there. It's still early, but it is warm. What do we have happening here? Yeah, they're just now waking up. They're coming out. Let's check the temperature really quick. And then we're gonna get in the truck. Yeah, so look at that. 66 degrees, I'll take it. Let's go get in the bug mobile and get over to the new bee yard. Hey bug farmers, welcome to Bug Farmer Beekeeping, where we dive into the world of apiculture, beekeeping, and bees every week. This is the place to share laughs, explore bees, and learn together, all without taking ourselves too seriously. To join our buzzing community, it's easy and it's free. Just hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's cultivate beekeeping knowledge and fun together. Now, let's get into the bees. All right, we have arrived. This is a new home for the bees. Not bad. We're going to be sitting on the edge of this yard, and I was told that this thing gets sun all year round, so hopefully we won't have the hive beetle situation. I was going to be down there in the woods, but the property owner said that I could actually park my hives right along here. So that looks like that's what we're going to do. We're going to be in the shade setting them up, but that's just the shade for my truck. So there you go. There you have it. Let me get this thing unloaded, and we'll get started. All right, so I guess the first thing that I need to do is get these boxes staged. Unfortunately, I put my hive stands all the way in the front of the truck. Well, and now I've got to get all the other stuff out before I can even get to the hive stands, which means I got to set all this crap on the ground. It is what it is. It is what it is. I guess one will go here, one will go here, one will go here, here, here. And I hope there's not a lot of rustling. I've got my mic underneath of my shirt here. I've seen other people do it, but there may end up being some noise that I'm not accounting for, and if so, I apologize. I will never do it again. This is the test video. Now I did bring my shovel because I'm gonna have to do some leveling, but I didn't bring my level, which is a problem. So we're just gonna have to eyeball it. People have eyeballed it before and gotten it right. I'm not gonna be the first eyeballer. I come from a long family of eyeballers. One there, one there. I'm starting to break a sweat. I don't want to break a sweat. Not in November. Don't get the sweats in November. Don't do it. There's an old flow hive stand. We'll set the old flow hive stand down here. All right, now where do we want to start? Do we want to start on this end or that side? I want to start on that side because I would like to get the hives on that side of the yard as much as possible to prevent them from getting this shade right here, because shade and hive beetles. All right, number one. It is going to go. Well, I'll be lucky if I find some that don't need any adjustment. That one needs a little bit, not much. A little bit there. A little bit there. Okay, now there is a hose under here. The homeowner has a hose there. We don't want them to have to fish under a beehive to get their hose. All right, that was easy enough. Pretty stable. Let's get our bottom board on there. Looky there, fellas. Get our hive on there. Now this, I forget who made this hive. I thought it was a Better Bee hive, but I don't know that it was them. If you remember, if anybody has any idea who made this hive, it has a some router work for the handles there. It's pretty interesting. I remember when I bought it, I thought it was cool. A windowed hive. I was big on windowed hives back then. Not so much anymore, because I've gotten out of the hobby of beekeeping and into the business of beekeeping. All right, here we go. All right, number one, yellow and gold. Who's yellow and gold? That's Air Force hive. Maybe we ought to put the Air Force, you know what we'll do? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force. Space Force is at the house. I didn't bring the black one. What are you gonna do? Let's see here. We need to make sure that we keep enough room between the hives so that I can move. All right. Work on this one. Work on this one. Okay, that'll work. Now let's drop the front legs. A smidgen. A smidjon. Oh, that's a sprinkler. Oops. That's gonna freak the bees out. He's got sprinklers really close. Wonder how that's gonna work out. That is unexpected. We're gonna have to move back a little bit. All right. Okay, much better. That means that one's got to come back too. We don't want to sprinkle our bees. All right, here we go. Marines, you're up. You're on deck. Here are the Marines. One there. I got to tell you, I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you a story about a man named Fred. Frederick Dunn. One of my most favorite and beloved beekeepers out there in YouTube. Now, me and Fred, we differ on something. See, spar varnish versus other things to cover your beehives with. Now, I've always been a spar varnish guy when you're doing decorative hives. And I think Fred put out a video a while ago that said spar varnish just doesn't last. And you know, I would like to rebut that a little bit. I'm going to say that he is 90% correct. Probably we're going to give him 99% correct, because I can tell you that I found the one spar varnish that does the trick and it lasts. And proof of it is a lot of the equipment that is here, not this box, but this bottom board, that box, several of the other boxes. I mean, they're 10 years old and they're running the same coat of spar varnish. Well, not 10 years old. Forgive me, I'm exaggerating, maybe 6 years old, with the same coat of spar varnish that they've always had on them. That's because I didn't use polyurethane-based spar varnish. If you're gonna cover your beehives in spar varnish, I personally highly recommend it if you want pretty decorative hives. If this is a hobby for you, spar varnish is the way to go, in my opinion. But it's got to be real spar varnish. It cannot be polyurethane or that Minwax crap. It's got to be McCloskey's spar varnish. It's real, honest to God spar varnish. You put 3 coats on, 3 thin coats. You wait 24 hours in between each coat. And then once that sets up and cures, you're never going to have a problem with it. I mean, it's just, you're not going to have a problem with it. All right. Let us now move this thing back about a foot. So I can tell you this, here's something interesting. I've already got bees that can smell this, and bees are starting to show up on the property already. It'd be funny if we catch a swarm before spring. Maybe one of my hives absconding from my home bee yard, because that seems to be what they're doing this year. Woo! All right. Put my weight on it. And let me tell you, now that we're talking about my weight, I'm at 206 and holding steady. I'm still trying to get below 200. That's the goal. That is the plan. And we will get there. All right, that's another one. Beautiful. All right, now I'm going to tighten my hat, because I think my head has gotten smaller. This hat keeps falling off. My head is losing weight. That's probably not a good thing. All right. I don't like it when my head loses weight. I don't need these glasses on me. I don't know why I'm wearing them. Oh, and let me give you an eyeball update. It's getting better. I mean, it's still, I can see that I'm on that camera in the little tiny screen that's about 6 feet away. But I can see a shape of me on there, but I can't see me. Things are coming, they're getting tight. It's just, I still have a little bit of double vision and it's terrible. I hope they can fix it, or I hope it fixes itself. I don't know whether that's going to happen. But for now, I've got 1 and 9/10 of an eyeball here, one full one and 9/10 of another one here. But the last tenth is might be a pipe dream, fellas. Might not get any better. All right, so here's the situation. This hive was all wobbly, and now it's not so bad. And I was patting myself on the back. What an engineer I am! And then I realized that I didn't have the camera set up, and you didn't see me do any of it. But I can show you. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. It will hold a beehive. And speaking of beehives, this is the hive. Now it's not clean. It's dirty, but this is spar varnished like 6 years ago, and it's not flaking. This is McCloskey spar varnish, and you notice, let's get it in the sun there. Look at that. Looks like furniture. It's the same stuff they put on sailboats, but not the cheap new sailboats. We're talking the old schooners, the old fancy sailboats. This is it. This is McCloskey's spar varnish, the best stuff ever. If you're just doing a couple of garden hives, again, 3 thin coats over 3 days, one every 24 hours, and you put it on with a foam brush, and it is beautiful, just beautiful, and it lasts. The new plastic polyurethane spar varnish, it's garbage. Anything polyurethane is pretty much garbage. Now I know we have somebody out there that kind of probably works for Minwax or something, or Poly Shades, or whoever that is. And they're saying, oh, he's saying it's garbage. Well, I mean, it's garbage. It's like in the 70s when everybody had avocado or bright orange carpet or cabinets, and we all thought it was cool. Well, you all thought it was cool. I'm a child of the 80s. And now looking back on it, you realize it's crap. Well, I mean, there's nice finishes, and we're talking lacquers, shellac, spar varnish, maybe some enamels. But when you start getting into urethanes, I mean, come on. It's not real. It's plastic. It's spreadable plastic. It turns yellow over time. It flakes off in big pieces because it never really adheres to the wood. Now you're going to say, oh, wait in the comments, well, there's a such thing as there's polyurethane sealer. Well, I mean, sure, maybe there's polyurethane sealer, but it's still not going to last. Real spar varnish lasts. Now, McCloskey, if you want to cut me a check for this PSA, you can. I mean, I'll gladly accept it, but this is not sponsored. This is just my personal feelings and experience. Spar varnish. Spar varnish. Beautiful. Okay, let's get back to work. The clock's a ticking. This is it. This is the new bee yard. Now I know what you're saying. It's in the woods. You're going to get lots of hive beetles. Well, it's not. It's on the edge. It's on the edge of the abyss. It's on the edge of the woods. It's not in the woods. It's not in the woods. I promise it's not. I mean, there's the woods. It's not in there. It's on the edge. There's grass. So it's on the edge of a yard. And right now, the sun, this time of year, it's right there. But in the summertime, or like right now, it's going to go over this fella's yard right here. I'm not going to show you his house, and it's going to go there. But in the summertime, it's going to be up here, and it's going to go right across here. So there you go. So we are going to have sunlight on these hives most of the day. So there you go, there you have it. All right, well, there you go, and there you have it. We have reached the end of another episode of Bug Farmer Beekeeping. And I tell you what, this was a fun one. We have another bee yard set up. Now these are all my old 8-frame hives from the house, but these hives have a very specific purpose, and that is they're going to be my comb honey producers. I've had a lot of people who buy my honey request comb honey, and that's something I just haven't carried in the past. So I think the supers that I put on here are going to have starter strips, at least half of them anyways. And we're going to let the bees do their thing. Maybe I'll put some framed supers on the other half. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go, but I am going to try to generate some comb honey this year. So there you go, and there you have it. Anyways, this was great. I think the bee yard looks wonderful. I can't wait to get bees in it. It's probably going to be March or so. We're probably going to put packages in here to give this thing a nice kickstart in the spring. Hopefully I can get some packages around March. That would make me very, very happy. Anyways, there you go. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, please comment, leave it below. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, take a moment, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I do try to drop a video every Friday. We try to keep it light and have fun, even when we're doing something as mundane as putting hive stands out in empty beehives in a new bee yard. I mean, we like to have fun doing it. So there you go, there you have it. With all that said, be happy, and I will see you next week. Take care.